What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Brian. This is At Home EDC, where we buy the most premium, most durable, most precisely engineered EDC equipment such as this Demko Day Glow AD20 so that we can open the 5 Amazon boxes that come to my wife at this house on the daily. This is my 5th Demko knife. It's the 4th that I actually have here. One is on the way back from Demko for a customer support issue for which they have been absolutely exceptional. These products are absolutely outstanding, and now I can say the support that backs it up matches the quality of the products themselves. Let's get into it. All right, so if you've been watching the channel, you've already seen the video of this AD20 in titanium special edition for Halloween. That's the only one I've done a video for, but again, I've gotten a couple of other Demko knives in. I've got this triple-aught design compact with the whale shark blade. I'll do a video of this at some point in time. I've got the Saks compact, very special knife, very, very hard to find. I will do a video of that sometime. But right now we're gonna talk about this MG AD20 full-size 0.180 inch blade CPM 3V clip point in the Day Glow G10. That is because I just got this from Knife Joy, and this was actually the first knife that I saw from Demko that really caught my eye and drew me into the brand. The Day Glow scales were just, you know, very icy hot stunta-ish. You know that I like crazy things if you know this channel. You can see the jacket I'm wearing. This was just right up my alley in terms of a piece of EDC gear. And I ended up buying the titanium handle Halloween edition first, along with some other titanium handles, but the entire time I had wanted to try this Day Glow G10, and I will say, I think part of the problem with how I started with these Demko knives is I kind of started at the top. So when you get the knife with the titanium scales and then you hold a G10 example, you feel like you've taken a step backwards. And the reality is you probably have. From a price point perspective, from a quality perspective, the G10 is a cheaper material than the titanium. It does have its advantages. It is lighter weight, and when you're talking about everyday carry, that is useful. Let's actually take a look right now at what the difference is, because I am curious. We're at 5.8 ounces for the AD20 in G10. And we're at 7.9 ounces for the AD20 in titanium. So we're about 2.1 ounces lighter. And when you're talking about 5.8 ounces to start, that's, you know, an extra 33+%, extra 1/3 of the weight going to the titanium handles. So that is a very material difference if in fact you did want to carry this knife on you all the time. Now I will say the size of this knife in general is large to the point that I don't think many people, at least not people who live and work kind of normal middle-class jobs, would be carrying a knife this large every single day. The dimensions on this, again, it's about 8.5 inches fully open, about 3.5 inches for the blade, 5 inches for the handle. The quality on this is the same that I've come to expect out of all of the knives. Incredibly solid feel, no play in the blade at all. Shark lock, absolutely perfect. I would say the action on this particular knife is the best out of all of them. You can see there, it just drops down real nicely on its own. very flickable to open, either with your thumb or your finger. People say that these are like a kind of Well Machine 2011. They're very fidgetable, very fidget friendly. I completely agree with that. I mean, I could just see sitting around, watching TV, just doing something mindless, and literally all that you're doing is this nonstop. It is very rewarding because it's so precisely machined and engineered, so smooth. Absolutely one of my favorites. This is my favorite knife brand for sure right now. The ambidextrous nature of this lock, being left-handed, right up my alley. This particular blade is a CPM 3V. The other ones that I have are MagnaCut. In terms of actually noticing any kind of a difference, I mean, the shade on this versus the MagnaCut looks to be a little bit lighter, maybe just a little bit lighter tone. Now, I'm gonna be honest here. I wanted to try the G10, and personally, in hand, I prefer the titanium. I prefer the heft and weight and solid feel in hand of this titanium handle to the G10, and that doesn't mean that this doesn't feel solid. It does. I think it's just really going to come down to personal preference. My personal preference, having both and getting to experience both, is I prefer the titanium handle here. And so, you know, as much as I love to collect things, I probably will be letting this one go. I absolutely love the color. I'm trying to, again, cut my teeth at these reviews, and so I actually have various tools, this being one. I've had this for forever. So let's actually measure the blade thickness on this guy. All right, so I actually need to replace the battery in this. It's only reading out for a fraction of a second, but it did read 0.184 on the thickness. The advertised thickness is 0.180. So the stated thickness is actually below the real thickness, and that's always nice when you're getting more for your money. Overall, this knife, beautiful, beautiful example, amazing action. Love the shark lock, love the color. This is a clip point blade. Very classic looking, very beautiful, nice thumb stud, nice slot. Love the flare with the Demko knives pivot. Regular carry clip. Wampum PA on the other side. Shark lock patent pending in the middle there. Being G10, this does have metal liners to the inside. I'm guessing because the G10 is not stiff enough to really support what's going on here with the shark lock and everything. So having those metal liners just makes everything that much more rigid. Contrast that to this one. You can see there are no liners there. Again, that just kind of speaks to the toughness of the, you know, full titanium scales, and kind of, you know, you feel that in your hand. Overall, very impressed with the quality of both of these knives. If I had to pick one, I am going with the titanium. There is one last piece of the puzzle that I want to share, and that is that these G10 scales, they don't glow in the dark, but they do actually get brighter under a UV light. So if you can see that there, if I hit it with a UV light, they definitely glow more than just in regular daylight. So that is very cool. It's a very cool effect. And if you do this in the dark, it is especially very cool. All right, so I think that's all I've got for this one. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you at the next one soon.